Mr. Sibia, yesterday you said that if we can just slightly go back to the time of your arrest.
Uma singabuyela nje kancane ke siyemuva ke kwisikhathi sokuboshwa kwakho.
Yesterday you said that we testified that the people who arrested you had balaclavas on.
Ushilo ukuthi abantu ababekubopha babegqoke noma befake amabhalaklava.
Yebo ababegqoke uniform yama traffic cop babegqoke amabhalaklava.
Yes, so the ones that were wearing traffic cops uniform were wearing balaclavas.
You have testified that Constable Monareng lifted you up with the handcuffs, is it correct?
Ushilo
There when you were arrested.
La owaboshwa khona ke uConstable Monareng uyena ke owaphakamisa ke ngabo ozankosi.
You testify that at the time you did not know that it's Constable Monareng. You only got to know sometime after that it was Constable Monareng.
Ushilo ke ukuthi ngaleso sikhathi leso wawungazi ukuthi uConstable Monareng, lokho ke wakwazi emuva kwesikhathi ukuthi uConstable Monareng.
Nale.
I'm listening.
Yes, is that your evidence?
Yibona ubufakazi bakho lokho.
Noma Mariano umphakamisa ngithi bengababoni isikhathi besafika ukuthi ngobani bafaka amabhalagraph hamba isikhathi ngilokhu ngilibele sebengasawafaka amabhalagraph emva kwensuku ezininganyana noma sebenge-escort lokhu ngiye-court sengiyakwazi ukubona ukuthi lo muntu lo usibanibani lo muntu lo usibanibani.
At the time when of my arrest, and at that time when he picked me up with the handcuffs, they were wearing balaclavas, I could not identify. But now, after some days, and as I was now attending court and being escorted, I could now identify that this is so and so, and this is so and so.
You see, Mr. Sibia, that is precisely the point. If these people were clad or were covered in balaclavas, how were you able to identify that the person, as you put it, the person who picked you up with the handcuffs is Constable Monareng?
Ikona ke kanye lokho ukuthi ke uma kuukuthi ngaleli langa uboshwa ngalo babefake amabhalaklava, manje usuwazi kanjani ke ukuthi lo uyena lo okuyena wayengiphakamisile uConstable Monareng kodwa babefake amabhalaklava?
Umuntu mayifala amabhalaklava suwafake ebusweni ukuthi ungamboni ubuso, mari umzimba wakhe, isimo somzimba wakhe, umuntu wendlela akhiwe ngayo uyakwazi ukumbona ukuthi lo yilo yamuntu owayefaka ibhalagraph ngalelanga sesewuye lo njengomshushisi nje owayefake imask sifike eBosberg ngakwazi ungamboni ukuthi ubani safika ePambridge, mari ngoba sesilanga sakhona ukubona phela umshushisi lokhu kuwuye lokusamba naye noma ayifake imask ngalelanga uqala ukumbona.
Yes, it is so that when a person is wearing a balaclava, the balaclava is only covering the face, but you are able to see the person, the body structure, the person's posture. So that is also now, and then these people, they were then in our company as days went by. Same applies with the prosecutor. When we first appeared in Boksburg, the prosecutor was wearing a mask. We then went to Pambridge. But now, as we are here, I am able to tell and say that it's the very same prosecutor that we've been with in the matter.
But Mr. Sibia, you mentioned yesterday that there were between 10 and 15 police officers on the scene. Is that correct?
Ushilo ke izolo ukuthi ke kwaku amaphoyisa aye phakathi kwa 10 no 15.
15 yaphezulu.
15 upwards.
Now, are you saying that you were able to tell from the body structure of those between 10 and or 15 police officers, as you've just mentioned, that that particular person who lifted you up with the handcuffs is Constable Monareng? Is that your evidence?
Okushoyo ke manje ukuthi kulawo maphoyisa lawo ke aphakathi ko 10 kuyofika ku 15 noma ke ku 15 uyaphezulu ukuthi njengesimo somzimba nako kusho ukuthi ke loyo kwakuMonareng loya kwakuubani?
Yeah.
Yes.
In any case, Brigadier Gininda testified that Constable Monareng was not on the scene of arrest.
Ugininda kubufakazi bakhe ushilo ukuthi uMonareng wayengekho yena lapha oba uboshelwa khona.
he only came much later in the picture at Araton when he was asked to accompany you to Diepkloof, as he was not part of the initial team that arrested you.
Uthi ke uzofika yena kamuva ke Eratin uma ke secelwa ukuthi akuphelezele ukuthi niye eDeepkloof kodwa wayengasiyona ingxenye yethimba leliya elalikubopha.
Ukininda akhuluma into eyenzakalayo. Umnaring ube khona mangiboshwa wafika namaphoyisa from Boshwa nasethembisa wayekhona naseFosras wayekhona naseDeepkloof wayekhona.
Kininda did not tell what happened or did not convey what happened precisely. Munareng was there when I was arrested. He was in Tembisa, he was in Phosphorus, he was also in Diepkloof.
And akazange size ngize ngiye mina endaweni ekuthiwa Eratin. Indawo engabona ngena kuyo uqala nje ungena kwami ngene Soweto sengifika kule ndawo leyo ngaqala ukuthi imoto zime khona kuse Diepkloof police station.
I was never taken to Eratin, or I never went to a place that is called Eratin. The first place that I then noticed where the vehicle stopped, it was at the Diepkloof police station in Soweto.
We have put this proposition to you during the trial within a trial, as appears on page 65 of the record of the 5th of February 2024, that it was this assertion that Constable Munari lifted you up with the handcuffs, that it was never put to him when he testified.
Lokhu ke besikuvezileka noma sekushilo ke ukuthi ke ngenkathi yena uConstable Munareng ela enkantolo ethula ubufakazi akuzange kushiwo lokho kuyena ukuthi yena ke uyena waphakamisa ufake ozankosi.
Yebo kodwa akusho ukuthi lokho akwenzakalanga kwenzeka ukuthi angiphakamise ngozankosi.
Yes, but it doesn't mean that it never happened. It happened that he picked me up with the handcuffs.
You testify that 2 of your cell phones were seized upon your arrest, is that correct?
Ushilo ukuthi ke omakhalekhukhwini bakho ababili bathathwa ke ngalela langa lokuboshwa kwakho.
Yeah.
Yes.
What is amazing is that on the 28th of May 2024, at page 48, from line 25, Mr. Mgomezulu, your then legal representative, put the following proposition to Constable Buthelezi. Mr. Mgomezulu, all right, there is a witness, and it continues on page 49, who testified about the cell phones. He mentioned one cell phone of accused number 1, and accused 1 only knows one cell phone.
Lana ke umnumzana uNgomezulu ngo-28 zika May 2024 ku page 48 line 25 esho ke kuyena ke uButhelezi ukuthi ke kunofakazi ke othule ubufakazi ke lana ekhuluma ke ngomakhalekhukhwini oyedwa nokuthi ke umsolwa wazi umakhalekhukhwini owodwa kuvo.
Then on line 4, Constable Buthelezi answers, it will be a fault if he says he knows only one cell phone.
Wasephendula ke uButhelezi wathi ke kuzoba yiphutha ke uma ethi wazi umakhalekhukhwini owodwa.
And then Mr. Mgomezulu, why do you say that? Then Constable Buthelezi answers, because I found 2 cell phones on him.
Wasebuza ke uMnumzane Mgomezulu ukuthi kungani usho kanjalo, wathi ke uButhelezi mina ngoba ke ngathola ke umakhalekhukhwini ababili kuyena.
Lalela.
I'm listening.
What is your comment?
Uthini uma uphendula?
Mina njengoba ngishilo la katolo la mangifika la eboxini ngingaphansi kwesifungo ukuthi amafoni amathathwayo i2 iSamsung esilver eyitouch kube enye encane ifoni engebonakala igama layo enamabhathini.
Just a moment. Touch. Uthi eyesibili encane ne?
Yeah.
Okay. As I testify.
Enamabhathini.
Sorry.
Enamabhathini ecofwayo.
Buttons. As I testified, or the first time when I came to the witness dock under oath, I did mention that I had 2 cell phones. One was a silver Samsung, which is a touch screen, and the other one was a small one with no buttons. And the brand or the name of the cell phones was not, of that small cell phone was not visible.
So, what are you saying about this proposition that Mr. Mgomezulu put to Constable Buthelezi?
Manje-ke uthini ngalokhu okwashiwo umnumzana uMngomezulu ekusho kuyena uConstable Buthelezi?
Angeke ngize ngikhulume ngokukhuluma Mngomezulu. Mina ngikushoyo ukuthi mina ngoba ngishilo la eboxini ukuthi amafoni ami ayi2 athathwayo njoba ngiwachazile ukuthi amafoni anjani.
I won't be able to comment on what Mr. Mngomezulu said, as I am saying, as I am now in the witness dock, that the phones that were seized, or 2 cell phones were seized from me, and I've just described the cell phones.
Le nkulumo engiyikhuluma ngiyikhulume ngaphansi kwesifungo ngiyikhuluma la eboxini.
I said that under oath here in the witness dock.
You'll recall that two days ago when we started with cross-examination, we put in record the proposition that Mr. Mgomezulu made that on the 19th of March 2019, when we were arrested, that a cell phone was also confiscated. Do you remember that?
A cell phone.
Yes, a cell phone.
Uzokhumbula-ke kuyinsuku ezimbili ezidlule-ke uma-ke seqala noma-ke uma umshushi seqala ukuthi-ke kubuzeke imibuzo. Sitshelile ngokwakhulunywa uyena umnumzana uMngomezulu ngeyi-19 zikaMarch 2019 ukuthi-ke ngathi uboshwa kwathathwa umakhalekhukhwini owodwa.
When you were arrested by Mudau and Baloyi.
Ngathi uboshwa uMudau noBaloyi.
Umtawu noBaloyi akaze bethatha amafoni ifoni yami.
The Mudau and Baloyi never seized a cell phone from me, or confiscated a cell phone from me.
Now, Mr. Sibia, according to you, you were taken twice to the room that you shared with your uncle.
Ngokusho kwakho-ke wathathwa amahlandla amabili usiwake noma uhanjiswa-ke kulona-ke igumbi owawuhlala kulona nomalume wakho.
Yebo.
Yes.
The first time around, when you arrived at the shack with the police, they went inside on their own. They left you in the vehicle. Is that correct?
Uthi-ke ihlandla loqala uma uya khona lapho namaphoyisa bakushiya emotweni wena base beyingenyela bona bodwa.
Yebo ngithemba masifike ekuqaleni kwami bamisa imoto egate kwakhona amaphoyisa ehlaya angena ngaphakathi abuza ukuthi imuphi umkhukhu ehlala kuwo ngawalayela lo mkhukhu lowo ahamba kulo mkhukhu lowo amanye ngasala nawo emotweni.
Yes, I did mention that when we arrived at the premises, the vehicle was stopped outside. The police then inquired as to which shack is it that we live in. I then pointed out the shack to them. Other police officers went in and other police officers remained with me in the vehicle.
So those police officers who went into the yard, they went alone and came back and said they don't find anyone in the shack. Is that correct?
Uthi-ke lawo ahamba angena ngaphakathi wona angena wodwa ase ebuya umebuya-ke athi cha asitholanga muntu ngaphakathi.
Yebo athi akho umuntu lapha ya kulo mkhukhu ebengibalayela kuwo.
Yes, they came back and said that there was no one in that shack that I pointed out to them.
Now, did they gain access to the shack?
Ingabe bangena ngaphakathi kuwona umkhukhu?
Ngoba babethi akho umuntu babethi kuvaliwe akho umuntu.
They said that it was closed, there was no one.
So the shack was not opened.
Okusho ukuthi umkhukhu awuzange uvulwe ngaleso sikhathi leso.
Wawuvaliwe akazuvula.
It was closed, it was never opened.
We have put the evidence of Constable Buthelezi to you that you were present when the shack was open after you directed him where to find the key?
Sishilo ke kuwena ke noma ubufakazi bakhe uConstable Buthelezi sibishilo kuwena ke ukuthi wawukhona ke ngathi beya lapho emuva kokuthi wena ke usuka bakhombisa ukuthi ukhiye bazowuthola kuphi nendawo.
Cha, akaze kuze kube kanjalo ngoba bengichazile mina ukuthi mabe okokuqala bangishiye emontweni bangena ngasala namanye amaphoyisa. Okwesibili masibuya ilaba khahlela khona umkhukhu kaMalume uvuleka.
No, it never happened like that. I did make mention that when we went for the first time, they left me behind in a vehicle with other police officers. They went there. And then the second time when we went there, that's when they kicked the door of my uncle's shack and the door opened.
But Mr. Sibi, are you suggesting that they left the occupant of the shack in the motor vehicle and went to the shack alone? Is that your evidence?
Ingabe ubufakazi bakho ukuthi bashiya umuntu wale ndawo noma ke umuntu walomkhukhu nanjengoba usho ke emotweni base behamba bona bodwa baya emkhukhwini ngaphandle kwakho?
Okokuqala kwaba kanjalo.
Or the first time that's how it happened?
After your arrest, did they ask you about your identity document?
Emuva kokuboshwa kwakho ingabe bafuna yini noma bawucela yini umazisi wakho?
Cha,
No.
At no stage were you asked about your identity document?
Asikho nje isikhathi la khona bacela umazisi wakho?
cha.
No.
Because Constable Buthelezi testified that they went to the shack to retrieve your identity document.
Ngoba ke uConstable Buthelezi uthi bahamba ke baya emkhukhwini wakho beyocela ke umazisi wakho.
Cha, akaze beze becela, akaze bekhuluma ngomazisi wami kimi.
No, they never inquired, they never asked or they never inquired about it. It's a bit hot. Can you open this door?
So,
Can this door be opened? It's a bit hot.
Mr. Jonas just requesting that the door be opened as it is hot in the courtroom. Yes. Sorry, did you say at no stage was your identity document asked for?
Uthi abakaze nje bawucela umazisi wakho?
Cha.
No.
You see, as we've put the evidence of Constable Buthelezi to that they went to your shack to retrieve the identity document, and in the process of looking for the identity document, they then found 9mm ammunition, a firearm cleaning rod, and magazine in a plastic bag. It was several plastic bags, but in the innermost one, they found these items.
Firearm cleaning rod.
Yes, firearm cleaning rod.
Okay, and then what else?
9mm ammunition, firearm cleaning rod, and a magazine.
Okay, yes. Uthi ke kubufakazi bakhe uConstable Buthelezi kulokho ukuthi ke babehambile ke beyo lapho beyobheka wona ke umazisi wakho ke base bethola ke inhlamvu ze9mm lokhu ke koklina noma ke okuklina isibhamu bathi ke mabebiza ifirearm cleaning rod noma wona ke ukuthi uklina isibhamu kanye futhi nemagazine uthi yiloko abakuthola ngathi ke beyofuna noma beyobheka umazisi wakho.
Ngiphinda ngichaze lenkulumo sengeke ngayichaza. Ayikho into abayithola lapha ya emkhukhwini kaMalume. Akaze lapha kuze kube nenhlamvu emkhukhwini kaMalume. Akaze kuze kube nalento enishoyo le eshoyo bathi yini?
Bathi yoklina isibhamu ngathi nesiZulu.
Angiyazi nokuyazi nayo. Akaze kutholakala umagazini. Lezi zinto ezakazi zibe khona kulo yamkhukhu kaMalume.
I've said this before and I'm going to repeat it. There was never a time where 9mm ammunition was found in my uncle's shack. I don't know exactly what this firearm cleaning rod is. and also there was never a time where a magazine was found in my uncle's shack.
bakhuluma into engekho akazi izenzeke kanjani.
What they are saying is not true. It never happened like that.
According to you, when were these items mentioned for the first time?
Kuwena uma uzwa okokuqala ngalezi zinto lezi kwakunini uma uqala uzwa ngazo.
Mina ngiqala ukuzwa uma kuthiwa ngiboshelwe lezi zinto lezi eKatolo
Yiphi inkantolo?
aseThembisa.
Okay. The first time I heard about these items, that I was arrested for these items, it was at Tembisa Magistrate Court.
So are you suggesting, Mr. Sibia, that at no stage was there mention made of these items up until your appearance at Tembisa Magistrate Court on the 1st of June 2020?
Ingabe uthi nje asikho isikhathi ngoba alikho nje ihlandla la khona kwakhulunywa ngazo lezi zinto lezi kwaze kwayilanga leli lange-1 zika-June 2020 uma uyobingelela imantshi eThembisa.
Asikho isikhathi okwakhulunywa ngazo lezi zinto lezi kuze kufike isikhathi sokuthi ngeThembisa phandle ukuthi masifika lapha eThembisa South bathi bangijajela inhlamvu.
Tembisa South. There was never a time where mention was made of these items, apart from the time when I appeared at Tembisa Court, and it was also at, it was also in Tembisa South where mention was made that I was arrested, or the charge against me was for ammunition.
Kodwa nje ukuthi ngiqala ukuzwa lezi zinto lezi bezisho kanje ngiqala ukuzizwa eThembisa Court.
But the very first time when I heard them being listed or mentioned as they were mentioned now, it was at Tembisa Magistrate Court.
You have never seen them before?
Awukaze wazibona ngaphambilini?
Angaze ngayibona.
I've never seen them
Nase
before.
court bathi bayifuna ecourt abangayiletha bathi sawo check ama fingerprint.
Even the court requested for the items for the court to be able to see the items, they were never produced. They said that they had still sent them away for fingerprints.
Mr. Sibia, if we can put just the following scenario to just in general terms, do you agree that ammunition is destined to be discharged from a firearm?
Uma nje singakutshela lokho okulandelayo ke ukube into ke wena ke ozothi uphenduleke kuyona. Uyavuma yini ukuthi inhlamvu isetshenziswa ukuthi ke noma inhlamvu isebenze fanele ukuthi isetshenziswe kudutshulwe ziphume kwisibhamu uma sidubula?
Anginalo ulwazi oluphelele lwesibhamu ukuthi isibhamu sisetshenziswa kanjani kahle kahle.
I do not have full knowledge of firearms as to how firearms are used.
Ngoba isibhamu anginaso.
Because I do not.
Usazi ngiyasazi ukusibona isibhamu ukuthi sona ukuthi kufanele kuze kube kanjani ukuze kusebenze ihlamvu esibhanyini. Anginalo ulwazi.
Because I do not have a firearm, or I do not own a firearm, but I do see a firearm. But as to the knowledge as to how a firearm should work or how ammunition discharged, that knowledge I do not have.
No, we're not asking you how a firearm is discharged. We asking you if you know that ammunition is discharged from a firearm.
Oh, esikubuza kona ukuthi
General knowledge.
ulwazi nje ukuthi nje uyazini ukuthi ke inhlamvu ukuze isebenze ukuthi iphume esibhamini. Ukusebenza kweinhlamvu ukuthi iphuma kwisibhamu uma sidutshula isibhamu. Yiloko nje sikubuza kona.
Anginalo ulwazi oluphelele lweinhlamvu.
No, I do not have like in complete or full knowledge of ammunition.
Do you perhaps know that a magazine fits ammunition into a firearm?
Uyazi yini ukuthi ke imagazine iyona ke ekhipha inhlamvu ikhiphela kusona isibhamu?
Ngoba anginalo ulwazi oluphelele lweinhlamvu noma magazine.
I do not have like in full information or knowledge about ammunition and magazine.
Do you perhaps know that a cleaning rod is used to clean a firearm? Firearm cleaning rod, do you perhaps know that it's used to clean a firearm?
Ukuthi nje ke igama lesiZulu le cleaning rod kodwa ke I cleaning rod nje noba lokho akakubizayo ukuthi into esetshenziswa ukuthi ke uklineke isibhamu ukuthi ke isibhamu ke sibe clean bayibiza ke bona ngesilungu ukuthi nje igama lesilungu lesizulu anginalo i-cleaning rod ukuthi into esetshenziswa ukuthi ke uma ufuna isibhamu sakho ke sibe clean noma ke hlanzeke iyona ke into esetshenziswayo leyo.
Anginalo ulwazi lwakho.
I have no knowledge of that.
Do you agree that if someone is found in possession of those items, the natural question would be to want to know where the firearm is from which the ammunition can be discharged?
Uyazi yini ukuthi uma ngabe kuukuthi umuntu utholwe nezinhlamvu kanye nalokho okubaliweke lana ukuthi umbuzo ke manje uzolandela ukuthi sikuphi isibhamu esizofaka lezinhlamvu lezi ukuthi idubule kanye nale magazine. Uyazi ukuthi umbuzo olandelayo uma ngabe utholakala unalokho kuzobuzwa ke manje ukuthi isibhamu sona sikuphi.
Those things go together with the firearm.
Ngoba ayihambi nje zodwa kodwa ihamba nesibhamu.
Cha angwazi umbuzo sokulandela.
No, I wouldn't know the follow-up question.
Because you see, that's what Sergeant Mokola testified to, that she asked you as to where the firearm is from which the ammunition is discharged, and that's when you took him to Tembisa Hostel.
Ngoba ke ubufakazi buka Sergeant Mokola bathi wakubuza ke uma ngaba sekutholakala lokho wasekubuza ukuthi isibhamu sikuphi yila khona ke wena usubathatha ke noma usumthatha ke yena ke umhambisa ehostel yaseThembisa.
Akaze ngize ngidibana lo mbuzo lo mhula akaze ngibuza umbuzo njengalowo akaze kubuze bethathwe besiwe yimi eThembisa hostel akaze size eThembisa hostel.
I was never asked that question by Sergeant Mokola and I've never taken her or them to Tembisa hostel.
And eThembisa ayikho into ekuthiwa iThembisa hostel.
And there is no such thing as a Tembisa hostel in Tembisa.
Is it not called Vusimusi Hostel in Tembisa?
Abathi mabebiza bathi iVusumuzi hostel.
Ayikho into ekuthiwa iVusumuzi hostel eThembisa.
There is no such as Vusumuzi hostel in Tembisa.
In any case, there is the evidence of Sergeant Mokola that you took him to Vusimusi Hostel in Tembisa to show her the owner of the firearm.
The owner of the firearm.
Yes.
Ufakazi bakhe ke uSergeant Mokola.
That go
Sorry.
along with the items that were found in your possession.
Ubufakazi bakhe ke lobo uSergeant Mokola ukuthi ke wabathatha ke noma wamthatha ke waya naye eThembisa hostel uyomtshengisa noma uyobatshengisa umnikazi wesibhamu leso so esihambisana noma sihambelana kanye nale inhlamvu lezi nale magazine.
Akaze kuze kube nesikhathi engithi mina kuya khanje kiwe hostel ngiyokhomba umuntu wesibhamu ngoba akekho umuntu wesibhamu engimaziyo azikho inhlamvu engizaziyo ezatholakala lapha emkhukhwini kaMalume akunahlamvu ezatholakala lapha akaze ngimthathe ngibase kumuntu ehostel and iThembisa hostel into engekho ukuba ngangibatshene ngehostel ngizobatshela ngegama lehostel ngoba ngingabatshela ngegama lehostel nje mina ngingalikhuluma ngehostel yingakho bengalazi igama lama hostel aseThembisa.
It never happened that I had taken her to a hostel or to Tembisa hostel to go and point out the owner of the firearm, because there was never a time where ammunition was found in my uncle's place, nor a magazine, and the mere fact that there is no name of a hostel, which means then that there is no such a hostel, or I'd never taken them to that hostel.
Yeah, but it was not specifically disputed that there's no Vusimusi hostel in Tembisa.
Kodwa ke akusiyona into leyo eyaphikiswa ke noma ke ayiphikiswa ke yena uSergeant Mokola uma ekusho lokho ukuthi ke ayikho ihostel ekuthiwa iVusumuzi noma iThembisa hostel.
Namanje ngiyashoba ngela iboxini ayikho ihostel okuthiwa iVusumuzi hostel eThembisa.
I still repeat, as I'm here in the witness dock, that there is no hostel called Vusumuzi hostel in Tembisa.
So you say from your uncle's room, according to your version, you did not proceed to Tembisa Hostel as testified to by Sergeant Mukhola.
Uthike sorry. Uthike uma nibuya lapho noma nisuka lapho kwamalume wakho anikaze ke niye kwi hostel le eshiwayo ke kuthiwe iThembisa noma iVusomuzi hostel.
akaze siye hostela nje.
It never went to a hostel.
Instead, you were taken straight to a place called Litabong in Tembisa.
Bakuthatha bakuhambisa kwindawo ekuthiwa kuseLithabong eThembisa.
Cha, cela ukuyiqala phansi lento le ngoba mhlambe ayizwisisekanga kahle.
No,
Bafike ba-
I started this because maybe it was misunderstood.
bafike bangibopha la bangibopha khona kule jet abangibopha kulo bangithatha bangisa emkhukhwini kaMalume.
On arrival, they arrested me at the premises or at the place where they arrested me. From there, they took me to my uncle's shack.
Yila bangishiya khona ngaphandle egate bangena ngaphakathi bayabuya bathi akukho umuntu kwahanjwa kwayiwe eLithabong.
They then left me, upon arrival at my uncle's shack, they left me outside. They then went inside and came back and said they found no one. From there, we proceeded to Lithabong.
Makubuye eLithabong yila bafika khona bakhahlela umkhukhu kaMalume bangena ngaphakathi.
Uma senibuye Lithabong, sibuyele
Sesibuye
emkhukhwini.
eLithabong sesibuyele
Okay.
emkhukhwini esibili.
Now moving back from the Tabong, we're going back to my uncle's shack now for the second time. That's when they kicked opened my uncle's, the shack to my uncle, the door to my uncle's shack.
Yila bathi mabeqeda khona ukusesha emkhukhwini kaMalume masekhanjwa yila bangishishisa khona impahla.
Okay. Then that's when they searched, and after that, that's when they made me to change the clothes that I was wearing.
Yila ukhanjwa khona sekubhekwe kuphi eFosorus
Then
lapha
moved
kwamasipala.
to Phosphorus to the municipal area.
It's, Mr. Sibia, we don't want to interrupt you in any way, but we are now at Litabong. You have been to your uncle's place, and according to your version, you proceed from your uncle's place to Litabong.
Asifuni ke ukuthi sikuphazamiseke kokushoyo kodwa ke manje sisese Lithabong. Uthi ke nisukile kwamalume wakho nahamba naya eLithabong angithi.
Yeah.
That's correct.
Yes. And you say you describe this Litabong as a municipal building?
Uma
Or it
uyichaza
looks like a municipal building.
uma uyichaza noma uyisho iLithabong lena uthi ke ibhilidi ke likamasipala.
Yewe ibhilidi kamasipala.
That's correct.
And you testify that you were taken inside a room, is that correct?
Uthi lapho ke wathathwa ke noma bangenisa ke kwigumbi elithize.
Yeah.
That's correct.
And you said this room looks like what? Can you just place that on record?
Uthe ke uma libukeka leli gumbi leli libukeka ngathi yini?
Libuka ngathi i-changing room.
Look like a changing room.
Like yasemafemini la ukushintshelwa khona impahla.
Like in the factories where people would go and then change their clothing.
Ngokubona kwami ngayibona kanjalo le.
That is how it appeared to me when I looked at it.
And that is where you were assaulted,
Yila owashayelwa khona.
Yeah.
That's correct.
inside that room.
Ngaphakathi kulelo gumbi lelo.
Yeah.
Yes.
You see, during cross-examination of Colonel Hadebe, and this we see on the record, 24 October 2023, page 20, lines 11 to 14. 24 October 2023, page 20, lines 11 to 14. Mr. Mgomezulu put the following proposition to Colonel Hadebe. I will clarify that, my lord, because it is my version, it is a version of the accused. On the day he was arrested on 30 May 2020, he was assaulted by the police outside the house.
Inside the house.
Yes, outside the house.
Ilokhu
He
ke
was
okwashiwo.
assaulted, he was assaulted by the police in Tembisa at a place called Litabong.
Iloko kwashiwo uyena ke umnumzana uNgomezulu owayekumele ke ngaleso sikhathi leso Kwakungeyi 24 zika October 2023 siku page 20 amaline ke 11 kuyofika ke ku 14 wathi ke uMr Mngomezulu kuyena ku Kenya Khatebe ngeyi 30 zika May 2020 ngathi eboshwa ke umsolwa uthi ke washaywa ke amaphoyisa ngaphandle noma kwindawo ke thizeni ngaphandle komuzi in Tembisa, he said.
Yes.
Okay.
elithabo ngokwesibili ngena la eboxini ilithabo ngihlale ngisho ukuthi ngashayelwa ngaphakathi ekuleya ndliyana ngoba ngithi bangehlisa emotweni bangifaka ngaphakathi kuleya ndlela la bangishayela khona.
This is now the second time that I'm taking to this witness stand or witness dock, and I'm saying that there in the Tabong, I alighted from the vehicle, I was made to alight from the vehicle, I was then taken inside that house, and that's where I was assaulted.
Namanje ngoba kade ngithula ufakazi bami nje la eKatolo ngisasho futhi bangithatha bangifaka ngaphakathi kuleya ndliya ya.
Even now, as I'm now giving my evidence, I'm still maintaining that I was assaulted inside that particular house.
So you say that proposition is wrong, that you were assaulted outside the house.
Uthi ke lokho kwashiwo kuyena ke uKenel Hadebe ke lokho siqeda ukufundela kona ukuthi kwashiwo ngazo i24 ka October 2023 kwangasikona.
Angeke ngize
To Hadebe, my lord.
Oh, it was said to Hadebe by Mngomezulu. I put it through, sorry. Yes.
angeke ngize ngikhulume eside ngamgomezulu mara engikhuluma mina lokho ukuthi mina engushoyo ilokho engusho phambi kweKatolo ekuqaleni mangifika kwi-trial namanje engushoyo ukuthi ngashayelwa ngaphakathi kuleya ndliya ya.
I would not be able to speak on behalf of Mr. Mngomezulu, but this is what I'm saying as I'm standing here, and which I also said before during the trial, within the trial, that I was assaulted inside that house.
You have then described the manner of the assault there inside the room. You say, amongst others, you were tortured through the plastic method, plastic being placed on your face and suffocated.
Uyichazile noma uyishilo ke indlela owashaywa ngayo ngaphakathi kuleya ndlu leyana ukuthi ke kwasetshenziswa ke uplastic bewudonsa ke futhi noma bekhinya ngawe la ebusweni.
Uplastic babewenza so hayi ukudonsa.
Okay.
Babeuvala so ubuso.
Not that they would pull the plastic, as the witness is indicating, they would place the plastic on my face and then pull it, and then witness showing towards the back of the head, but they would be pulling it, but not pulling it down.
Yebo kunjalo.
That is correct.
Is it all as far as torturing through that plastic is concerned? They
Hello.
covered your face and your head and held the plastic at your back as you described.
Iloko kuphela ke ngophathelene nawo plastic lokho abakwenza lokho uqeda ukutshengisa manje.
Kuplastic.
With regards to the plastic.
Yes, yes.
Yebo.
Yebo lokho ngoplastic ababekwenza.
Yes, that's the only thing they did with the plastic.
Now, if someone was to tell this court that they sprayed that plastic with pepper spray, that the plastic was laced with pepper spray, what would your comment be?
Ungathini ke uma ngathi kuwena ke unomuntu ke otshele noma owatshela lenkantolo ke ukuthi uplastic lowo okhuluma ngawo ukuthi wona babevale ubuso ngawo ukuthi lowo plastic lowo ke wawuthelwe ngepepper spray, ungathini wena kulokho?
Noma ngingakusho ngendlela wawunuka ngayo ngoba ngibonanga ngangicabanga ukuthi mhlawumbe primary wona wawunuka ngendlela engajwayelekile kunoku plastic.
Although I didn't say it, but the manner in which it smelled, that is now the plastic itself, you would then say that it was a pepper spray.
Kodwa ke la eKatolo mina ngithe basebenzisa iplastic bangishupha ngayo.
But here in court, what I mentioned or what I said is that they used a plastic and then they smothered they pulled that plastic over my face.
Yes, you never mentioned the pepper spray, is it correct?
Yebo awukhulumanga ngayo pepper spray yangithi.
Angisakhumbuli noma ngakhuluma ngayo. Kodwa njengamanje akaze ngikhulume ngepaper spray. Into engiyifake la erecording ukuthi iplastic babe ngishupha ngayo.
I can't recall whether I mentioned the pepper spray, but what I'm saying here now, which is on record, is that they placed the plastic over my face.
But Mr. Sibia, you'll agree that the fact that the plastic was layered with pepper spray is crucial.
Uzovuma ke mnumzana uSibiya ukuthi ke uma ukuthi ke uplastic lowo ke wawufakwe yona ke ipaper spray ukuthi ke into esemqoka noma ebalulekile leyo.
Indlela enganguzwa unuka ngayo wanganuki njengoplastic ujwayeleka kaplastic.
The manner or the way in which it smelled, it was not like in your normal or plastic or how a normal plastic would smell.
Ingakho ungizwa mangikhuluma manje eKatolo ngoba ngikhuluma ubufakazi bami manje nje ngifungile. Ngingayifaki indaba ye-paper spray ngoba anginabo ubufakazi obuphelele ukuthi yayikhona noma yayingekho kodwa uplastic wangalungi ngendlela ejwayele ukunuka oplastic.
Which is why then, as you're hearing me now tendering my evidence here in court under oath, that I don't make mention of any pepper spray, but the manner in which it smelled, it was not like in a normal way a plastic would smell.
Yeah, but you never testified about that fact that the plastic did not smell in the normal way.
Kodwa ke akusiyona ke into ofakeze ngayo ngaphambili leyo ukuthi ke uplastic wawunganuki ngokwenjwayelo.
Yebo noma ngingashongo kodwa khona kusho ukuthi akwenzakalanga.
Yes, although I never made mention of it, it doesn't mean that it never happened.
You see, Mr. Ramsipili put the following proposition to Ms. Zandi Kumalo during the proceedings of 20 July 2023, page 65, lines 15 to 18, describing the assault there at Letabong, says, and I quote, "He was covered with a plastic bag held against his face tightly, the face, the nose, the mouth, the eyes, and laced with pepper spray, tortured for several hours." So it was put as a fact that the plastic was laced with pepper spray.
Nge-20 zika July 2023 ku page 65 wawusamelwe ke ubaba uRamsipile ngaleso sikhathi leso hloma ke imibuzo kuyena wayewufakazi ngaleso sikhathi uZandi Khumalo uyichazile ke indlela ke uplastic low owawufakwe ngayo kuwena ke ebusweni ukuthi ke wawuvale ke amehlo amakhala umlomo ke nokuthi futhi ke wawufakwe wona ke upepper spray amahora noma ke uthi lokho kwenzeka ke isikhathi esamahora.
Nangoba sengibuya isibinje sengifakazeka uthula eboxini ngingaphansi kwesifungo angaze ngize ngisibale ipaper spray engushilo ngathi iplastic babe ngifasa iplastic babe ngivala ngayo ubuso. Ubufakazi bami bunjalo.
Now that I'm coming for the second time here to the witness dock, tendering my evidence, I have never made mention in my testimony that there was pepper spray. I've just mentioned that there was, my face was covered with the plastic. That is my evidence.
Namanje ngisasho phakathi kwale Katolo le ukuthi uplastic babe ngivala ngayo bengivala amakhala bengivala umlomo bengivala amehlo ayivaleka namadlebe konke bengivala umoya ukuthi ngingakhona ukuphefumula ngangakhona vele ukuphefumula.
I still maintain what I said before, that indeed the plastic had covered my eyes, my nose, my mouth, my ears, and it made it impossible for me to be able to breathe, and indeed I couldn't breathe.
But if the plastic was laced with pepper spray, that would have added more pain to the torture.
Kodwa ke uma kuwukuthi ke uplastic lowo ke wawufakwe yona ke ipaper spray lokho kwakuzokongeza ke ubuhlungu ukubona ukuhlukumezeka noma ukuhlukunyezwa lokho,
because the pepper spray has got a burning sensation.
Ngoba ke inalo ukushisa enako ipaper spray.
Angiyazi ipaper spray ukuthi yenza kanjani.
I don't know. Sorry.
Kodwa ukunuka weplastic la ninganuki njengeplastic ejwayelekile njengokunuka weplastic okujwayelekile.
I don't know what effect a pepper spray has, but the smell of the plastic was not your normal smell.
Ubufakazi bami ngibuthulile la ngikhulume ngeplastic engangivalwa ngayo umoya.
My evidence here, I made mention of a plastic that was used to then stop me to be able to breathe.
hayi kayi-1 ngikhulume ngabo kayi-2 khulume kwi-trial trial ngaphinde ngakhuluma kwi-main trial.
Not once, but twice. I mentioned it in the trial, within the trial, as well as in the main trial.
So you distance yourself from this proposition.
Okusho ukuthi manje-ke wena uyayiqhelanisa kule nkulumo le.
Angaze ngisho ngiyachaza ukuthi uplastiki wawunuka ngendlela engejwayelekile kunokuplastiki.
Not that I'm distancing myself, but I am mentioning it that the plastic was not smelling in a normal way that the plastic would smell.
Amaphoyisa yiwo angasitshena ukuthi ayifake ini kule plastiki ukuzinganuki njengeplastiki ejwayelekile.
The police would then be the ones to tell us as to what it is that they put into that plastic for it not to be able to smell like in your normal plastic.
All right, we'll leave it there for argument.
Sizobeka lapho-ke lokho.
You further describe the assault that you endured there in Lethabong. You say, whilst handcuffed from the back, you were made to pretend that you were seated on a chair, what you described as sitting in the air.
Uma uqhubeka-ke uchaza indlela le owawushaywa ngayo noma uhlukunyezwa ngayo lapha eLithabong, uthi-ke abakwenza-ke ukwenza ingathi-ke wena-ke uhlezi esitulweni noma nje wawungahlezi kusona.
Well, you were asked to pretend that you were seated on a chair.
Uthi-ke bacela-ke ukuthi wenze engathi uhlezi esitulweni.
Masifika nje babengakangishaya lapho masifika
Yes,
But-
upon arrival, that was even before I was assaulted.
bathi angihlala esitulweni somoya.
They said that I should sit as and pretend as if I'm sitting on a chair.
Is that method the same as sitting on your heels?
Kuyafana nokuthi-ke uhlale ey'thendeni, uhlala kanje noma uhlala phezu kwey'thende.
Ngakalekisa la icourt ngangihleli kanjani. Angihleli so.
I did indicate or make an example here in court as well. I just asked the witness to come out of the door. This is how I was seated. The witness is sort of leaning against the witness.
Next to the wall.
Duze noboya. Yes, my lord, I was against the wall.
You'll agree that that is not the same as sitting on your heels.
Uzovuma-ke ukuthi akufani-ke lokho nokuhlala-ke phezu kwey'thende zakho.
Mawuhleli phe wetheni sukuhleli so.
The witness is then indicating a particular way of sitting. Is this how you sit when you sit on your heels?
Yes, that will be sitting on your heels.
Angaqosha mina angihleli esitulweni somoya.
No, I was not seated like that, like sitting on my heels. I was made to pretend as if I'm sitting on a chair.
You agree the two are not the same. Sitting on an imaginary chair or sitting in the air, as well as sitting on your heels. These are two different methods. You agree?
Uzovuma-ke ukuthi indlela ezimbili noma ezahlukileke lezi zokuhlala, lezi oqeda lezi ezimbili, le yokuqala utshengise lapha nale oqeda utshengise manje ukuthi indlela ezimbili ezahlukene zokuhlala uzovuma.
Mina ngangihleli ngangihleli esitulweni somoya.
I was seated on an imaginary chair.
Yes, but
Njengoba ngifika ngakaleka isikali ngatshela inkantolo la ukuthi ngangihlaliswe so. Esitulweni somoya.
As I indicated to the court, this is how I was made to sit in
Yes.
an imaginary chair.
yes, you're not made to sit on your heels.
Babengakwenze ukuthi-ke uqoshame noma uhlezi ey'thendeni zakho.
Angaqoshamanga.
No, I was not sitting on my heels.
And you agree the two are different.
Uzovuma ukuthi indlela ezimbili ezahlukile lezo.
Mina ngavuma esayidini lami.
On my side, I would agree.
You see, in a trial within a trial, you testify that you were made to sit on your heels. And this we see in the proceedings of the 5th of February 2024 at page 19, lines 1 to 2.
Page, is it page 19?
Yes, page 19, proceedings of 5 February
Yes.
2024. Page 19, lines 1 to 2.
True. You're saying that's the witness's, it's his evidence.
Yes.
Uthi ke umshushisi asikona ke owakusho lokho ke kubufakazi bakho bange 5 zika February 2024 ku page 19 ku line 1 uyofica ke ku 2 ukuthi ke lapho khona ke wakhuluma ngoqoshama.
since ngiqala ukufika kule katolo le nangesikhathi ngifika ngizotestifya nge-trial akaze ngikhulume ngokuqoshama namanje futhi angikhulumi ngokuqoshama ngikhuluma isitulo sokuhlala esitulweni somoya ngoba babengikhahlela obinyawo zingahleli phezu zingahlezi phezu kweinyawo inyawo zazimele zodwa mabengikhahlela lapha ya bangikhahlela ukuthi ngiwe phansi.
Ever since I came to this court, that's when I testified in the trial, within the trial. I've never made mention or never said that I was sitting on my heels. I only spoke about me sitting on an imaginary chair or sitting on the air. And even the manner in which I was seated, the way they were kicking me, they were not kicking me as my buttocks were seated or were on my heels, but they were kicking me so that I could fall.
Namanje ngoba noma ngayikalela inkosi eKatolo lapha ya ukuthi umuntu mayeqosheme angeke ekhahleleke ngiwe ngalendlela le ngihlale ngikalela inkosi eKatolo ukuthi ngawa ngayo mabe ngikhahlela isikhathi ngangihlezi esitulweni somoya.
Even now, if I were to demonstrate to the court that when kicking someone who's seated on he sitting on his heels and someone who is seated on an imaginary chair, that person would not fall the same.
We just wish to show you the proceedings of 5 February 2024, page 19, from line 1 to 4, if that can be read in the record.
Sicela ke ukuthi sikutshengiseke noma sikufundeleke ubufakazi bange 5 ka February 2024 ku page 19 line 1 to 4 ngofunda ke nababhaliwe. I was then instructed, my lord,
Just read the names of the persons who
sorry.
are speaking.
Page 19, I chose 1. I was then instructed, my lord, to sort of sit on my heels. Mr. Mgomezulu, okay, proceed. Did you sit on your heels? I chose 1. Yes, I did. Mr. Mgomezulu, all right, proceed. I chose 1.
Yes. the
Okay,
person.
lana ke kufundeka ngalendlela ke ngatshelwa ke ukuthi msola wokuqala bhaliwe lapha page 19 ngatshelwa ke ukuthi ngosenkantolo ngiqoshame mnumzane Ngomezulu qhubeka ke waqoshama ke msola wokuqala yebo mnumzane Ngomezulu qhubeka ke.
Ay le nkulumo le inkosi eKatolo akaze mina ngikhulume ngokuqoshama.
I never-
Sengenzeka ukuthi umuntu mhlambe wayetype la watype wrong. Mara masingalele irecord ile khulumayo ngezwakala ngikhuluma ukuthi mina ngihlele esitulweni somoya njengoba ngithi namanje ngisho ukuthi ngangihlele esitulweni somoya mina akazi ngize ngiqoshame.
I never sat on my heels. Maybe the person who typed here then typed wrongly. Even if we were to listen to the record, I never made mention of the fact that I sat on my heels. I made mention of the fact that I sat on an imaginary chair.
Is the court, my lord? I should not be trying to interrupt the proceedings of the society, but I think the interpretation issue should also be factored in, because this witness is testifying in Zulu, it gets interpreted in English. So we don't know how the interpreter actually conveyed what this witness intended to say by saying, "Nangisesitulweni somoya." Thank you, my lord.
As a complete, that's what the record says, man.
That's what the record says.
Yes, we
Okay,
will quote
fine.
in the record.
This is, the record, my lord, does not.
I've heard you, Mr.
The record does not explain. It
You
does
know
not
what?
capture his
Mr.
his understanding.
You know what?
Yes.
We've heard about how many interpreters have we had here?
The late Mr. Mabena.
I think they should have been more than
No,
four.
wait, yeah.
Yes.
Mr.
Late
Mabena,
Mr. Mabena, Mr. Ngobo,
right,
Mr. Mzanga,
Right.
myself, Mr. Ndlebe.
right,
Mrs. Mukhajana was interpreting in Sesotho.
right.
Yes.
Yes, those are the people I can recall.
Okay, we've had 6 interpreters.
Thank you, madam.
Okay, fine, thanks.
And you say that the handcuffs were scratching against the wall.
Ushilo ukuthi ozankosi laba ke babe phuhleka la obondeni.
As you were sitting on this imaginary chair,
Na njengoba wawuhlezi ke kulesi situlo lesi somoya. Ozankosi babe sobondeni.
ozakosi babephakathi kobonda nomzimba nomhlane wami nezandla zami ziso.
The handcuffs were in between the wall as well as my back, and my hands were like this, the witness having his hands behind his back.
and you say that whilst still in that position, a Metro police officer kicked you whilst you're still sitting on that imaginary chair, on the air chair.
Uthi ke kuse kanjalo kusasihlezi ke kuleso situlo somoya ke leso noma ke wenze ngathi uhlezi esitulweni ke kwase ke kufika ke iphoyisa le metro lakhahlela.
Liqale ngokungibuza umbuzo lase liyangikhahlela emva kombuzo.
The police officer first asked me a question, and then after asking me a question, then kicked me.
And you say this Metro police officer was wearing a balaclava.
Uyasho ke ukuthi leli phoyisa leli lalifake ibalaklava.
Ayifaka amabhalaklavu okela amaphoyisa amametro.
All the metro police officers were wearing balaclavas.
And as a result, you did not see who it was.
Ngenxa yalokho ke awabona ke ukuthi ubani lo phoyisa lelo. Noma uzange ukwazi ukuthi ubone ke ukuthi ubani. Ngenxa yokuthi efake ibalaklava. Lokho kwenza ukuthi ungaboni ukuthi ubani lo phoyisa.
Angeke ngithi angibonanga ngoba lamaphoyisa la ngifike ngangawabona ngingawazi vele ngiqala ukuwabona leso sikhathi leso makhamba hamba isikhathi sengigcina sengiyawabona mase susa amabhalaklavu ukuthi lo usibani bani lo usibani bani lo usibani bani.
I wouldn't say that I was not able to see who it was. At that time, it was the first time, my first time encountering or coming across those police officers. But as time went on, now with the balaclavas having been removed, I was then able to see, oh, this is so and so, and this is so and so.
You see, the issue of the balaclavas came up during your evidence in chief. It was never put to any of the witnesses who have testified on behalf of the state.
Udaba ke lama balaclava lawa, akusona ke udaba ke olwa dingidwa ke kanye nawo amaphoyisa nkathi ela enkantolo ezokuthula ubufakazi bawo. Kodwa ke udaba lolo olwavela nawe uma usuqala ukuthi ke wethula ubufakazi wena.
Ingoba ngangisho into eyenzakele.
It's because I was conveying what happened.
But did you convey this to your legal representatives?
Kodwa ke ingaba yinto lena owayisho kummeli wakho.
Yebo ngamtshela.
Yes, I did.
Yes, but you've had 3 legal representatives, but neither of them put this proposition to any of the witnesses who testified.
No, that is inaccurate. Very inaccurate. The state must be very accurate with what it's saying. It can't say accuse the 3 legal representatives, and then this was never put to any of the witnesses who came testify. I only started to represent Mr. Sibiya way long after the trial, within a trial.
Maybe we'll just qualify that. Sorry to Advocate Mnisi. You had 2 legal representatives before Advocate Mnisi, and this version was never put to any of the witnesses.
Usube nabameli ababili ke ngaphambi kokuthi ke ngesikhathi ke emuva nokuthi ke trial within a trial ube nabameli ababili uadvocate Mnisi ungeneka muva ke kodwa akekho noyedwa ke kulabo bameli ababili labo oshilo ke noma okushilo lokhu kofakazi ke ukuthi nanifake amabhalaklava ngaleli yalanga leliyana.
Kodwa mina mangifika la eKatolo ngizosho ukuthi ngaboshwa kanjani ngasho ukuthi amaphoyisa ayefaka amabhalaklavu.
But when I came to testify and to convey as to what happened, I did mention that the police officers were wearing balaclavas.
Ngoba ngangena la eboxini ngoba kufanele ngizosho ukuthi kwenzakalani.
Because coming or taking to the witness dock, it was for me to come and explain as to what happened.
Nangempela ngawasha amabhalaklavu ukuthi labantu abayefaka amabhalaklavu.
And indeed, I made mention of the fact that those people were wearing balaclavas.
Similar, it's almost time for the short adjournment. Can we take the short adjournment at this point?
Okay. You're safe. Ngizowuthola.